Hey, everybody. Welcome to an edition of NasCard Radio. This is episode 199 of NasCard Radio. We're trading cards and racing meat. I'm your pal Val. With me is the man, the myth, the legend, PSA, and White Castle Hall of Famer, Logan. Logan, how are you tonight?
Feeling like I should have put on some racing slicks.
Yeah. Some galoshes.
Something like that.
Yeah. I have a great show for everybody today. We're going to do a racing recap. Logan had an experience at the card show he wants to talk about, and we're going to talk about the heist down in Dallas, and then
Yeah.
we're going to talk about Hailie Deegan's predicament and possible outlook for her, so her cards, and then we'll finish the show with King's Court, and then whatever else we stumble into. So
Yeah, it could get spicy.
yeah, maybe little.
It might. You never know.
Yes, exactly. So I want to thank our sponsor, Panini America, of course. And I realized that I missed the shout outs last week. So I apologize. We're going to have a few shout outs today. So, but we want, well, I already said thanks to our sponsor, Panini America. That's for last show.
Yeah.
And then we have a new YouTube subscriber, Walter Lanham. Welcome to the show. Appreciate subscribing.
Yep.
And then also a new Rumble subscriber, Beeswax27. I like that.
Yeah, he needs to mind his beeswax, doesn't he?
Welcome aboard.
Yep.
And then we had shout outs for episode 197 for F1 Castle. That was the episode where we talked about the 2006 Futura box. So appreciate them stopping by. And Skid Marks, Jason Freeman, Kyle Katz, Robbie's Hobbies, Beeswax27, Chad Watt, Dylan311, and Michael Haggard for the YouTube and Rumble comments. We appreciate it. And then last but not least, shout outs for the one last episode to Kyle Katz, Scott Boys, Robbie's Hobbies, Jason Freeman, Beans Ball Card Blog, and Dylan311 for the comments. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
We read them, so please leave them.
Yes.
This little housekeeping select still slated for July 19th, subject to change. And I did notice that the price dropped a little bit. I think it was 170 before. Now I'm showing 150 pre-sale. So hit meters at 50 a box. 2 autos and 1 mem per box.
Yeah, I'm glad to see the price going in just a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully it floats down a little bit more and before the release. So, all right. Anything else I missed?
Well, I don't know if we want to talk about it now or not, but you see that we are on episodes. You look down on the bottom, you see the little ticker going across. Yeah, it says episode 199. That means we're getting ready to have our bicentennial episode. It's coming up. Do we want to talk about that? We might as well talk about it now, huh?
I guess so. You let the cat out of the bag. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start it off. We're going to have a live show.
And yes, live show Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, July 17th. 17th. Yes, we'll have some giveaways, some blaster boxes, and other goodies.
And you can call into the show. You can be on the show. And we'll be doing some of our normal stuff like a racing recap, King's Court. And then we'll just be responding to comments and just talking about racing cards and NASCAR, the things we all love.
Yeah, maybe if you have a question about a certain release or whatever, we'll do our best to try to jog our memories on some of that stuff. So, yeah.
It's going to be fun. It's hard to believe it's like 200.
I know. It's been a few years since we've been doing this. So,
yep, sure has.
All right. Let's see what else. We're gonna need a little begging here. Please help by subscribing and sharing the show. We would appreciate it. Try to extend the reach of auto racing trading cards,
Yeah. So
NASCAR F1, IndyCar.
yeah, if anybody knows anybody like it, Dirty Mo Media, put put the bug in their ear, get them to mention us, and then maybe the show will blow up.
Yeah, I don't know. I really feel like there's a lot of folks in NASCAR that do not like trading cards.
Yes, they loathe, as I put it in a YouTube, I think it was either a YouTube comment or a Twitter comment. They loathe NASCAR trading cards. It's like the teams and the drivers and the owners. It's like they don't like it.
But they'll push themselves out of the way for diecast.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I don't understand it. I think it's a money thing. I think they make more money off diecast and they don't have to deal with it as much like they do NASCAR trading cards. That's just my thoughts.
I think so. I'm waiting for somebody to officially state that, but that's
Yeah,
my hunch.
yeah. Even the Hall of Fame, we can't get them to put cards in the Hall of Fame at the counter, packs of cards to sell.
I know. Press
And
Pass had
they,
it for a little bit, but I mean, they give you when you remember, they give you that diecast. I give them away. I finally said forget it. Don't
yeah.
want them.
Well, this is the first year I think neither one of us re-upped our membership for the first year since the inception of the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I told them when you do a card set, let me know. I'll be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I digress. But yeah, they talked about it during the pandemic about doing something card related, just something for members. I'm like, people will be all over it. Nothing ever
Yeah.
happened. So Jessica moved on to something else. So
Isn't she the assistant to Winston Kelly? I think.
now I think she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Brian maybe he took her spot. But anyway,
Yeah. We digress again.
yeah. All right. So yes. So please uh, subscribe, share the show.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have puppy dog eyes, and I'm gonna be in a kennel and stuff, and they're gonna be playing Sarah McLaughlin music and stuff. If you guys don't like spread the word.
Exactly. All right, let's go to the racing recap. The Camping World Truck Series, they were off. Next race number 14, is going to be the CRC Bracklin 175 at Pocono Raceway, and that's going to be Friday, July 12th at 5:30 p.m.
Tricky.
Yeah. Moving over to the Xfinity Series. That was race number 18, and that was the Loop 110. That was Saturday, July 6th at the Chicago Street Race. And Shane van Gisbergen was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Shane van Gisbergen.
Hmm. I was happy about that, and I'm again tonight. I'm wearing my
SVG
lucky
shirt.
SVG shirt.
Yeah. So we talked about his cars before last year. He had that 2013 V8 Supercars card, the 26 and 54. You see that on the right hand side. But with the release of 2024 Dunras, he has two cards there, the rated rookie and card 190, which is down in the middle of the screen there. And so you have the parallels for Dunras, the artist proof printing plates for each of those two. There's also a burn and rubber insert as well. He's also in 2024 Dunras. He's in the Optic series. Well, both cards are have Optic cards. I
Yeah,
just realized so the Optic is a 200 card set.
I have not even looked at the checklist for
I
Optic.
when I'm looking at this, I'm because Optic usually was only 100, I think, or 90. Anyway, so we'll have to double check. But it's showing both cards for Optic with different parallels, and then there's Optic signatures, which I believe are redemptions. But there's only a few parallels to that. They're showing each card gold vinyl, and Pandora numbered at 25.
Yeah, have we seen a one of one hit? I have not seen a 1-on-1 hit on
I
eBay
saw a
yet.
printing plate.
Yeah, I did see that today, as a matter of fact.
So he's our winner and highest finishing rookie.
SVG, yes,
Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah. All right, next race number 19. That's going to be the Explorer of the Pocono Mountains, 225 at Pocono Raceway. And that's going to be Saturday, July 13th at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Well, that's weird that they're going to have a title sponsor of Pocono, and it's at Pocono.
Yeah, go figure.
Coincidence.
Yep. All right, moving on to Cup Series. That was race number 20. That was the Grand Park 165, and that was Sunday, July 7th, Chicago Street Race in Chicago. Alex Bowman was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Joey Hand at position 4.
I would rather be lucky than good any day, I guess, because that was nothing but luck on his part. I mean, you have to admit he was in the right place at the right time, but there was a certain degree of luck involved as well.
Well, it was kind of interesting. I don't know if you caught it, whatever, but the man, the myth, the legend, dusted off his clipboard and came over to the pit box and told him what to do. Old Chad Knaus.
Yeah, he told him to stay out, and it worked out.
I'm telling you, man, Chad Knaus. That guy is something else. I hope he writes a book about all the stuff that he did, because I'd be first one in line to read that one.
Yes. But so I'm sure Alex Bowman has cards.
Alex Bowman?
Yes.
The showman? Yes, he does.
Look at that.
Yeah. 2014 Press Pass American Thunder. He's got 2 cards there. He has the base card number 7 and the teammates there with Alex Bowman and Ryan Truex back in the day.
Yeah, BK Racing. Wow, go figure.
Yes, sir. Dr. Pepper, I think. Or anyway, there's called proof of the cayenne, magenta, black, yellow for both of those. There's autograph. Not a lot back in the day. It was like 25, 10, and 5. There's a
Yeah.
Brothers in Arms autograph, 10, 5, and 1. He's also in 2014 Press Pass Redline. Base card there with the different parallels, full throttle relics, and Redline signatures. I got to find some images for that and build that up. I thought for sure he'd won previously, but I didn't have him in my deck.
Yeah, I thought he's dead. It's been what 60 something races, I think, since he won.
Episode 84.
Wow.
Because I searched the podcast to see
Wow.
when his name popped up and it was like 84. And I can't remember when we went to YouTube or not. It might have been original.
It's right around there.
So yeah, I'll have to go back and look at that one. So I was like, oh, I got to build a deck for him. So I'll have to add some more. I have to get some of those red lines. But anyway, I digress. And then our highest finishing rookie, Joey Hand, position 4. He doesn't have any cards yet.
No, I was searching. I thought he was going to win, so I'm like, I was frantically searching for cards on eBay and out on the internet. I found 0.
Yes.
Because it was like when SVG won, I was searching. I was out there searching before he won and found those cards from Australia. But yeah, that race, honestly, I was very disappointed in how all that went down again with the rain. It's like, first of all, I realize that the schedule is dictated by the networks. You know, they set the start times because they had the IndyCar race before they had the NASCAR Chicago Street Race. The race didn't start till like 4:00. I mean, we all know that it gets dark at 8 something. You know, in Central Time, like in Chicago. I mean, it's it's about the same time here because I'm on Central Time. But to me, there is no excuse and no reason why any NASCAR race should end because of darkness. Period.
Right.
It was just total BS. That race, if that race had started 2 hours earlier, they may have stopped, towards the end for for
Right, and been done
rain.
with it and just called it, right.
Yeah. So I was very disappointed in NASCAR, NBC, all of them for the way that that was handled. And you know, I'm going to say this about NBC: they're like the airlines. They're the airlines. They overcommit and they sell too many seats and they start bumping people. Well, that's kind of what NBC is doing right now. They're overcommitted. They've got the Olympics, they've got IndyCar, they've got NASCAR, and we're going to have a 2 week vacation, which I'm sure the guys, the drivers, are going to be happy about that because of the Olympics. But they're overcommitted and they're doing a disservice to the fans of each one of those sports. And it really does make me mad that they're treating it that way. You
I have nothing to add. You've summed it up.
Yeah,
I
it's
I
wrong.
understand I understand why the race was Saturday. Yeah, right. We didn't have a Friday because pretty much, Friday night they stopped those streets, whatever, and they built the track because they
Yeah,
can't have, downtown traffic cut stop those intersections and everything. So I understand the Saturday, but yeah,
yeah.
especially
There
with
was
the
there was
track
no
record
reason
they've
for it.
had with the rain. So anyway,
Yeah, the race and that's the other thing. It seems to me that race is cursed because they said, of course, and you cannot trust weathermen. I mean, our weathermen here they're way more wrong than they are correct. And I think the weather forecast was like for a 10 to 20% chance of rain. And I don't know how they know or if they know, I should say, how that works. But it's not a 20% chance that you're either going to get it or not get it. It's a 20% chance of your area. I think is how that works. It's really weird. Um, it's not like an overall thing. It's like based on an area, I think. And somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it works. I'm not a weather guy, but I do know that they're wrong all the time.
if we have any weathermen or women who are listeners, watchers, or viewers,
Yeah, well, yeah, sorry.
it's all right. It's all right. All right, let's keep on going here. We got next race number 21, the Great American Getaway 400 Pocono Raceway, Sunday, July 14th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Moving over to F1.
Oh boy.
That was the British Grand Prix, and that was Sunday, July 7th at Silverstone Circuit in England. And everybody sitting down.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton was our winner.
Yeah. That was actually amazing. And of course the conspiracy theorist, and I'm a conspiracy theorist. You know, go figure. He hasn't won a race in a couple years now. Uh, this is his home track. This is the last time that he will be with Mercedes at this track, and all of a sudden he pulls out a victory.
All right, I'll give you another one. Who's his biggest competitor?
Let's say, is it like a
His
three-letter
teammate,
name?
a teammate maybe?
Oh yeah, yeah. And he went out.
Yeah,
Yeah, conveniently went out.
yeah,
They retired his car.
yeah.
Hmm.
I thought about that one. I was like, his
Hmm.
flux capacitor wasn't producing or something, and
Yeah. You
something
see,
about the water or whatever. And it's like, yeah, George, bring it on in.
yeah, get your butt in here.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of strange when I was looking back at that, and I was like, so why did he retire? And anyway,
Maybe NASCAR's running Formula One now.
I mean, it's not like he won by a ton. I mean, he won, what was it, a 1.46 seconds over Max. So, and then Lando was third. So, Max was trying to break that up because during the beginning of the race, we're like, hope Max is going to try to break up the three British folks from winning, right?
Right.
Lando and Lewis and George. And anyway, but no, it was awesome to see Lewis win. To your point, in England, and this is his last trip there, and Total Wolf, and it was a big cry fest and stuff. So they were all super excited. I mean, super, kind of happy ending there for him in uh, in England, and looks it also kind of bumps up. Hey, what does he bring to Ferrari now, right? So he's not done yet, right? The
Yeah.
what's that? The news of his death is greatly exaggerated, kind of a thing, right? I
Yeah,
can't remember what
exactly.
movie that line was from, but yeah,
Yeah, I think he is the first driver to win over win a race having over 300 starts. I think
yeah,
is the statistic for that.
I think that's right.
So Lewis still defines he's defying the odds.
Yeah, I mean he was a great drive, man. Nobody gave it to him. He definitely he earned it. And it seems like Mercedes found some speed and or a little extra vigor or what, but I'm curious to see how it does for his cars. Breathe a little life because it's been, like I said, a few years since he's won. So it was great to see.
Yeah, how many races has Max won in that time frame? We should have had that statistic ready.
Almost all of them.
Yeah,
Uh, pro- let's see. There's a few that haven't been won, but probably Perez is probably the biggest culprit of winning those other races, right?
yeah.
Charles and
Charles
Carlos have won
Leclerc.
a few, right? Won a
Yeah,
few, and maybe Lando here and George a few here. But with that, Max is. I don't know how he does it. He still is pulling away from Lando, who's in
yeah,
second place in points. So he gained another 3 points on Lando, and another. See, Charles Leclerc at 105, and he was at 87. So he he got him by quite a few. So
yeah.
if anything, like Sergio Perez is dropping back quick, and Oscar Pist- Pistrari,
Piastri. Yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
he's kind of filling that fifth spot now in the points race. So it's
yeah.
not over yet. The points race, like last year where he ran, Max ran away with it. So, but let's talk about some Lewis cards we haven't talked about in a while.
Yeah, no kidding.
So some of his first cards are the 2005, the Formula card number 167. That's the one on the left. That's out of that Czechoslovakian magazine. And then also 2006, the 2006 Ventura, which we saw pull the other week. And then it also has a 2006 that, oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. It's 2007, another Formula card where he's in the F1 down below on the left. And they have some 2020s naturally when Top started producing cards with the Chrome, and also with the Tops now and the Tops Chrome. So
Yeah, check out those sideburns, man.
yeah, he almost looks like who's the actor who played in Talladega Nights?
Oh yeah, what's his name? Gil Gerard or whatever that guy.
Yeah, exactly. He almost looks like him.
Ricky Bobby.
Exactly. But yeah, those are all heavy duty in price, so those are quite expensive. That barrage of cards there.
Yeah, yeah. He's probably saying Max Verstappen.
Very nice.
Oh God.
All right. So the next race, next F1 race, that's going to be race number 13 out of 24. So that was basically the halfway mark. And
Yep.
it's going to be July 21st at the Hungarian Grand Prix at 9 a.m. Eastern on July 21st. So
Yeah.
there are a few weeks.
Yeah. I guess I guess that's in the Hungaro ring. I'm not sure where that's at. But wherever.
It is.
Okay.
Good job.
I like I said, I used to really follow F1 back in the day, back in the '90s. Back during the Senna Prost and Michael Schumacher days. And I kind of lost interest in it for a little while.
If
Yeah,
I
I'm
saw it
kind of
on,
back.
I would watch it, but I didn't follow it much
Yeah.
more. casual viewer back then. All right, IndyCar. That was the 2024 Honda Indy 200 at Mid Ohio. That was Sunday, July 7th at Mid Ohio Sports Car Course, Lexington, Ohio. Patricio O'Ward was our winner.
Yes, and that was another streak that was win the streak that was broken. So congrats to him.
Yeah, I had to build a slide for him too. I have to find more cards.
Yeah, but he's a distant cousin of mine.
Well, that's good.
Way distant.
So when we go to Indy, you can say hi to him.
Yeah, he needs to get us some like VIP passes.
Definitely. So, Pat Award, the 2024 the Parkside IndyCar Premier Edition. He has 5 cards in the base set: card 7, 8, 98, 151, and 161 with the different parallels. In some of the insert sets, pit pass and podium, race events, also signature series. And naturally, since he's a winner, he's going to be in the Parkside IndyCar Pronto as well. So,
Yeah, I may have to get some of those.
yes, sir. Nice auto.
Yeah, he's got a great auto. It's just he's kind of like Danica and Dale Jr. and all that. It's just going with the first name action, but that's how
Right.
everybody knows him.
Hey, if you can get known by your first name, that's great.
Yeah.
Next race is so that was race 9. We have 10 and 11 coming up. This is a double weekend. We have number 10 on Saturday, July 13th at Iowa Speedway. That's race number 1. And then also race 11 is on Sunday, July 14th at Iowa Speedway. And that's going to be race number 2. 8 p.m. on Saturday, 12 p.m. on Sunday, both Eastern times. So I'm curious how the Pronto is going to work.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
So is that going to be like a 5 or 10 card set?
Well, it's
Because
two different races, so they'll probably have two different pronto packs.
okay.
That'd be my guess. I don't know.
I guess they'll both be for sale at the same time.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. It was all new to us, so
Yeah, so Parkside, if you're watching, let us know.
yeah. All right, and that is it for a racing recap. All right, next on our list was your experience at the card show, buying and selling.
Oh yeah, I think most of you know that a few weeks ago, I set up at our local card show with my buddy Steve. We shared a table, and I had a sign. We had some shelves in the back, and I had a sign on the shelves saying "Buying and selling and trading NASCAR cards." And it's weird because the guy next to us had a 2,000 count box of NASCAR cards. He saw the sign. He goes, "Oh, I got NASCAR cards." He was all excited. He hands me this box. He goes, I'm still trying to set up, and he's wanting me to look at this, right? So I'm looking through the box, and literally, it's like all commons from like maybe late 90s to the early 2000s. Just they're all common cards. There was nothing special. There was one memorabilia card of David Green. No autos, no anything. I mean, literally, they were just common cards. I asked him, I said, "How much you want for these?" Wait for it. Wait for it. $500 he wanted for these cards. And I said, I was trying to be nice. And I said, handed it back to him. I said, "Let me think about it. Let me see how I do on the show." Because I knew I wasn't going to buy those at $500. And so I turned to Steve after I handed him the cards and I said, I don't think I would buy those cards if he knocked a zero off of that. I mean, there's just nothing in there. I mean, it just wasn't anything. There was maybe a couple Dale Earnhardt Sr. cards in there, but it's all just common stuff, really. So we go through the whole show, and we were pretty busy the whole time. And About the last hour of the show, I was finally able to get out and let Steve watch the table, and I was walking around the show. Well, this dude tracks me down as I'm walking around. He goes, "You want to buy these NASCAR cards?" And I said, "Well, I don't know." He goes, "You can make me an offer. You're not going to hurt my feelings." I went, "Oh boy." I said, "Okay, I'm going to tell you like what I told my buddy Steve. If you were to take a zero off of that price, I don't know that I would buy them because there's just, I hate to tell you, there's nothing in there." Oh my God. I hurt his feelings big time. He goes, "Oh, these are just terrible. I'm going to take them home. I'm going to burn them and blah, blah, blah." And he goes, "I just can't believe I got these cards and all this." And he goes, "And there's a Jeff Gordon rookie in there and all this stuff." And I'm going, I didn't see a Jeff Gordon rookie in there. So then he goes, storming off. He goes, "I'll show you." So we went back to his table. He whips out the cards. He whips out this supposed Jeff Gordon rookie, and it's a 1992 Max red bordered card, right, of Jeff Gordon. I go, "I hate to tell you, but that is not his rookie." I said, "In fact, I have a PSA 9 of his rookie card. It's a 1991 Trax in my display case, and I've got $35 on it." And then about that time, he started calming down. But it was the craziest thing. "You're not going to hurt my feelings." And boy, I hurt his feelings bad because he thought he had something there and he just didn't have anything. And it was, I kind of felt bad, but I wasn't going to plop down 500. I wasn't going to plop down 50 for all those cards. It just was not worth it. I mean, it's just all common cards. So
Well, I'm
anyway,
kind
it
of
was,
excited. Kind of excited that he thought Jeff Gordon's rookie card was worth that much money.
I guess so. And I showed him and said, "There it is right there in my case. It's like right there in front of God and everybody." And like I said, after that, he calmed down, and but he got, like I said, he got all mad. He was going, "I'm taking these things home and I'm going to burn them," and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "God, okay, they're your cards, dude. Whatever you want to do." But anyway, I just thought it was interesting. I wish those cards were worth like that. I really do, but they're just not. It's our junk wax era, and they made a lot of cards. So
Yeah,
anyway, I just thought it was funny. I just wanted
I
to
mean,
share.
if he was sitting on a whole bunch of 72 STPs, it's a different story.
Yeah, if he had a stack of 72 STPs, wanted $500 for them, yeah, here, I couldn't fork over the money fast enough.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're sitting on a wax case of 91 Max, what's that worth?
I literally had in my attic right now. I have a 1991 Max case that I got in 1991.
Yeah,
It's what,
so
$5 a box?
maybe. So what's that? $50. So
Yeah,
to
it's not.
your point, if he had a case of Max 91, you would think he had hit the lottery, but
Yeah,
it's just not. Because the
they just
junk
made
wax and
so
there's
much.
yeah, they made so much. I was gonna say there's no rookies in there. There are a few rookies in there, not many, and
Yeah,
it's
from
more of
that
a
era, there's not a lot. I mean, you have like Matt Kenseth, maybe. Um,
that's 99, but I was saying 91. You had Labonte and just
oh
a
yeah,
few
from
other
91.
guys.
Yeah,
But
Jeff Burton and Bobby Labonte. Yeah,
right, it's more entertaining for the variations or whatever, but it's not highly sought after or
yeah,
people looking for. So anyway,
but it was an experience, needless to
yeah, I
say.
love that. You're not gonna hurt my feelings, and sure enough, take
Whammo.
take the knife out of his back.
I mean, maybe my delivery was bad. I don't know, but I was trying to let him down and just let him know that, hey, man.
I wonder what you should have done was back up and sing this song.
Oh, maybe go ahead.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Good
Maybe
God.
say,
But he did tap me on the shoulder though, because I
there
was
you
looking
go.
at something. He came up, he tapped me on the shoulder, so
You
he
could have
shouldn't
said,
touch me there.
"That's right. Stop! Don't touch me there." Okay,
I'm not buying your cards.
that's right. All right. Next on the list was let me share my screen here. Had some let's see some thievery down in there in the Dallas Card Show. And it looked like it was well, definitely premeditated and coordinated, right? There's like three. If we can play the video, but I'm sure everybody's seen this where there's like three guys and they tie up the three guys, not tie up literally, but keep them preoccupied and no one's looking at the tables. And the one gentleman comes by and grabs the briefcase and walks off exit stage left.
Yep.
So luckily there's video in the Dallas Card Show, so that's great. And then folks are saying, need to have police or guards there as well. But there's one guy like saying if you have 2 millions of cards, you should have your own private security or whatever. But
No kidding.
another one was, I guess somebody had talked about. I don't know if it was on Twitter or whatever. But he said he goes like his dad. His dad handles the cash box. That is his only job. It does not leave his sight or his hands, and he's somewhat responsible for that. And so I know sometimes we get lax about some of the stuff, and NASCAR cars aren't worth as much as this kind of stuff. We're talking about the guy had multiple 52 mantles,
Oh
and
yeah.
it was all over the news. It was all the outlets covered it. So I'm waiting to see um, catching catching these folks. So
Yeah. The guy that lifted up that lifted the suitcase full of cards, he was over there stacking chairs. So unless he was wearing gloves, hey, let's go fingerprint the chairs. I don't know. I'm sure they thought about that.
well, I don't know when it was discovered, and then how soon they watched the video to be able to gather evidence,
Well, there
right?
is that. Yes.
But you can see here in this photo, the folks, the three, the four people that were involved that were preoccupying three of the folks, and then the one in the center with the blue, he's walking away with the cases in his right hand. He'll walk past that table and exit stage left and go all the way down and out.
Well, there are too many cameras everywhere. You don't even want to try to spit on the floor anymore anywhere, much less try to steal something without somebody seeing it on camera. These guys will get caught. Um, you know, there no crime is foolproof. You're going to get caught. They'll find out these guys, and I bet it'll be sooner rather than later that we'll hear about it.
Well, I don't know if you can read that highlighted. The Dallas FBI is assisting Allen police with the investigation because it is considered a federal crime.
Yep.
I'm sure these guys thought, well, it'll be something small and nobody will know and whatever, but they hit the hornet's nest big time.
Yeah. Apparently, I heard that these guys that stole the cards, they had come in more than once, and they had changed clothes, and like that one guy. I think he was buying his ticket to get in, and if you notice, he was down like this the whole time. He knew there was a camera over there, and he was down, so you really couldn't see his face.
Wow, I had think I had read about changing the clothes, but until you mentioned it, yeah, that's um again these guys were premeditated. This was I don't they knew these folks. They knew the contents. I don't know how. I don't know if they dealt with them previously, but this was that's why I call it a heist. This wasn't
Yeah.
oh look, there's a card on the table and they take it. No, this was like I said, at least four people that we know of that were involved in this, and each one of them had their part to play, and everyone, like I said, they were all preoccupied and looking away from the case.
Yep, sure were, and they had no clue. And that guy, he just literally nonchalantly, and that's what I guess that's what you do when you do things like that. You act like you belong there, and you just kind of just go grab it and just walk off. You don't run, you don't do anything crazy, and you don't arouse any suspicions or have anybody looking at you. And nobody knew, and I like I said, I wonder how long it was after the fact that they realized, holy crap, somebody stole our case of our really, really high end cards.
Yeah, I don't know what time this all happened. But if it was pre-show, when because it looks like they're still setting up, and there's a lot of empty tables, so this was
I think
probably
they were
early
tearing
on.
down, Val.
Oh, so this was after the show.
This was the show was closing down.
Oh, yeah. So it would have been, hey, I'm missing this case, or if somebody didn't know about it, they didn't know until they got back and do an inventory.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
sad. It's sad that it's come down to this in the hobby because I keep saying hobby because that's what this is really supposed to be. Cards to me are not an investment vehicle or an investment class, but a lot of people treat it that way, and if you can do that, that's great. But that's not. I've never looked at it that way, and I know you've never looked at it that way, Val.
Yeah, yeah. This is not something. I'm just thinking about trying to do this for a business and having to sell that kind of stuff, and then your inventory. I mean, you have these high dollar cards. You lose one, for a grand, a few grand. That's a big loss. So, of course, I'm not a big player, so I don't make tons of money off of
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. So, but I did see here that they're offering a $70,000 reward for information that helps bring the cards back.
yeah. I'm wondering if those cards are already cracked.
Right, and that's one thing about cards, right? They're not serial numbered. You pull them out of those cases and they're raw. So now you need photos of the card, and if there's any imperfections, and being able to match those imperfections, because those cards were old cards, no serial numbers. Like if you had new stuff, right? You had your 101 or whatever it is, or 5 of 10. You crack it out and resub it. It's still 5 of 10 serial number, but the older stuff,
But
there's no difference from your Mike Mickey Mantle from your Mickey Mantle kind of a thing.
yeah, well, not necessarily. That's the beauty of the old cards, though, Val. They were well loved, and they each have their own characteristics. They have their little creases, and they have their the rounded corners, and they have the centering's different, and all these things that make them really more unique than the modern cards. So and you've seen it before on like the blowout forums where these guys, they see these cards that are trimmed. They have the scans of these vintage cards before and after, and they look for all the little telltale marks and things that were on the card because they're not gem. They're
Right.
distinctive. So I'm thinking that somebody, and I'm sure there's scans of these cards somewhere. PSA's got them, and or the dealers got them too. Because I scan all my cards. I have scans of all that I've done personally. Not that you mention what PSA does. And so that they could do some forensics and do some CSI magic, and I think they find these cards.
Oh, so I'm looking forward to finding these guys and sending a message to the hobby.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's sad. It makes me mad that these kind of things are happening in our hobby, and that there's so much greed, and people feel like they have to steal from other people that are working hard to try to get ahead. That just it's not right. It's just not right. It makes me mad.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap that up there. Let's go to our next topic, our last topic before King's Court. Hailie Deegan. She, I, she quit. She fired. She got fired. Mutual. She's no longer with the team. She took her helmet and left.
Yeah, she took her steering wheel and hit the road.
There you go. And so they had Joey Logano in the car for the Xfinity race. He finished eighth, and then Monday morning, everybody announced that the race team mentioned that she was gone. Hailie Deegan mentioned she was gone.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what happened. We'll never really know what happened, but did she go in there and get pissy with him? I mean, and go, well, you put somebody in my car and blah blah blah, and got all defensive and things. I mean, I don't know, or maybe the owner of the team like, hey, listen, we know our cars are better. We're gonna just find another driver. We're just going to cancel your contract. I mean, I don't know what the circumstances were, but it's funny that it happened like right after the Chicago race.
Yeah. So I'm not real familiar with that team, but I had read, and if I'm remembering it right, is that it was a newer team, and the crew chief was kind of new, right? Not a a Harry Hyde veteran kind of a guy. So one of the things I heard was Logano came in eighth. So it wasn't like Logano came in first and he was leading the race, the whole race, whatever. He wasn't. So I don't think he had amazing equipment. And I heard on the Dirty Mo, somebody brought up a great point that the Xfinity drivers, they're not going to race Haley. They're not going to race Logano the same way they would race Hailie Deegan. So, and I thought that was a great point. So I don't know if it's apples to apples if Haley was going to be in that race. That and plus when you qualify in the middle of the pack, something always happens and you get collected. Because
Yeah,
we mentioned it numerous times. Like if there was an accident, she's getting collected in it.
yeah. Every time you can count on it.
So and that's one of the things why you want to be up front out of some of that to get rid of some of that probability of being collected when it's not your own fault.
Yeah,
So I don't know. This is probably not great, for her and her cards, and I'm sure people are um, freaking out about her cards. If you're the Haley Deegan collector now, and you've spent like $600 on the 101.
yeah. That would be. I'd be a little scared, but in the big scheme of things, in cards these days, that's not a lot of money. But for like me or you, that is a lot of money,
That's not F1 money. You're right, but
right? But I like I said, I don't know. I don't know the circumstances for the reason that she got let go. But you have to wonder now what this really does to her card prices. Is she going to find another ride? Do you think that another Xfinity team is going to pick her up mid-season? Probably not.
yeah, maybe she gets a ride here and there. Maybe so she's under. I think she's on the contract with Ford, so she has to find a Ford seat. With Haas, I think before the whole the Stewart Haas situation, I think she was destined to go there. So I don't know. If she goes to a Haas Xfinity team. I don't know. I still think she'll get a ride, at least one more, a few more. Another ride, another season shot at this. She has too many followers. She has good, better, and different. She has kind of I won't say a household name, but a name in NASCAR. Folks know who she is. She has a big following, so I think she'll get another shot.
Yeah,
I
but we talked about it when she was in trucks. How many more times is somebody going to give her a shot? I mean, let me say this before I even go any further. I have nothing against her at all. Nothing. I want her to succeed because I think it would be great for NASCAR. It would be great for the hobby. It would be great for everybody for her to succeed. To win a race at the Xfinity level as a female would be incredible. And I want her to succeed. I want her to do well. But I don't think her complete mind and heart are into racing. Just judging from the optics and the things I see her doing outside of racing, because she's always hawking things on the internet and on Instagram, doing all these things. It's like you need to concentrate on racing. That is the number one thing. You are getting paid to race. I mean, I know you're getting paid to do these other things, but that is your primary focus, your primary job. And I don't see that from her.
well, I understand that, and that's for the results part. But the business side of it, you just need one or two folks to write that check for the
Mhm.
advertising.
That's true.
I mean, there's a reason there's 40 cars when it comes into like the Cup Series. You know, car number 38, 39, and 40. They're there for advertising. Now, does that set her up for success running that like that? No, but
Yeah.
she'll be able to race. So, I mean, that's the thing. It's so complicated because we talked about before. You can have a good driver, great driver, good equipment, bad equipment, the crew chief, the tire changers, everybody in the shop. There's so many people involved in a race. You just see the driver, and that's it.
This is true.
Right. And
I
and I don't know, right, and to your point too, that right. So the driver's responsible too. So we don't know if she's spending time in the simulator. We don't know what we're doing, what we're seeing. We see her selling the grill and everything else, and the changing out the battery on her little sports vehicle there. So I don't know,
yeah,
but
I don't either.
I still think she has a big name, and if somebody can take it, we'll take a shot on her. And again, is it the crew chief, right? Does she need the Harry Hyde? Does she need somebody with some money to give her some really good equipment?
Yeah, she might.
That gets her the win, but that would get her to a win, or is it just enough for her to race for a few more years? You know, I don't know what's going on in her personal life. I know she's supposed to be getting married and some other stuff. So, but as a collector, this might be a good time to buy some stuff. Like I always say, the special stuff's still special. So if you can get at a discount, if you're in it and not a flipper, then it doesn't matter. You're still collecting their stuff. So
That's true. And I was the one on the PSA set registry that asked for the Hailie Deegan master driver set. And they created it because I asked for it. And of course there's other people now that are doing it. And there for a while I had the number one set, but now I had just haven't been as active collecting Hailie just because I'm kind of right here. I'm kind of teetering. I don't know which way to go with her right now. It's like what you say, trying to buy. Should you buy or should you sell? I think you're right. I think I'm going to agree. It's probably a good time to buy right now because I think you're going to get some people that are probably going to unfortunately panic and sell, and you'll be able to, like I said, buy the good stuff at the right price.
yeah, I definitely think she gets another shot. Now, what happens from there, I have no idea. But I think she has too big of a name, and not to say blame other people, but you can finger point to her situations of why she didn't succeed. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting this totally on her, but I'm going to put the majority of it on her for sure. I just, it's like what they say about, you know, try when you want to prepare to win something, be number one, be the champion, but be whatever. There's a quality that a human being has, and they say that they can't put it in you and they can't take it out of you. It's something that you inherently have to have. I have that quality because I hate to lose. You know that, Val. You know me. I succeed if I put my mind to whatever it is that I want to do or win it. I'm going to do it, and you've got to have that, and you can't put that into people. You either have it or you don't have it, and that's the way that it is. And I'm not trying to make it sound like hey, I'm the end all be all kind of person, but I have that drive because I have there was a network certification that I wanted to get. It's the highest network certification that you could get in the world. And I worked hard. I mean, really, really hard for a year. And it took me a year to get it, but I succeeded. I did not give up, and I got it because I had the will to do it. And I think Hailie needs, I don't know if she has that or not. I don't know. I haven't seen it out of her. because like I said, she's doing a lot of different things. But you've got to have some of that in you to have that drive to want to succeed. And I hope she has it. I want her to succeed. I'm on her side. I don't know that she's on her side, but I am on her side. I want her to win. I want her to succeed. I want her to do well.
Well, this will definitely. We'll see what she's made out of, right? I was just thinking about what you were saying. She, I'll say she had stuff handed to her, but she's been able to get along and get sponsors and do all this stuff and not necessarily have results. I look at like Josh Berry, right? The way he came along and trying to get each opportunity and then capitalize on it, where it seemed like, Hailie Deegan's been kind of the chosen one since 2018, 2019, and they've been putting her in rides and stuff like that without necessarily having to. I don't know how to word this right, but putting in her sweat equity, I guess is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. So now, kind of, hey, if you want to get back in a ride, you have to kind of show that you want it.
Yeah. And Josh Berry, I think he has that drive because he's proved it. He literally came up the hard way. He had to work very, very hard to get to where he's at. Nothing was handed to him. He didn't have these sponsors that came with him. He didn't have a family that was in racing. He just worked hard, nose to the grindstone, and he made it. And I like those kind of success stories. That's one of the reasons we like him on this show.
And part of it too, I think, is your maturity, right? She was
Yeah.
racing, like what, 17, 16, 17, 18. She's been racing a long time, but
Mm-hmm.
I go like Josh Berry. Josh Berry's an older guy. When we saw him back in 2013, and it took quite a while to get there. So maybe part of this is her growing up too.
This is true because think about it. If you were 18, 19 years old and somebody hands you a big check, what are you going to do? How's that going to make you think? It's like,
Well,
oh, I'm so good, and people are going to give me money, and I don't have to do anything to get the money and all
so
this.
this is not the same thing, but it is the same thing. Look at how many college football players get the big check contract and then how they finish.
NIL, yeah, the NIL, I think that's a whole nother discussion. We won't even talk about that, but yeah,
No, but
I
I'm
see
saying
where you're
before
going.
the NLA, right? Your first round pick. I'm thinking of the guy that went for the Raiders that they changed all the rules for. He got, I don't know how many guaranteed millions of dollars, and he never panned out. He Jamarcus Russell maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
but yeah. So we'll find out. But if you're a Deacon super collector, this might be time to pick up some stuff,
agreed.
or the folks who are panicking, like you said, the folks that bought stuff to invest and they panic and sell. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe now's the time for me to buy some Deegans that I kind of have wanted for a while, and now maybe I can get them.
There you go.
All right,
I think that's all we have for the regular show. I guess just King's Court now. If you're ready,
do it, man.
got your hat.
I do. Well, I think I got my hat on straight. Looks, yeah, okay, looks good. Okay, let's start with this week's King's Court. Honorable mention number one. This was on the 7th of July. It's a 1963 question mark Marhofer meets prototype Elmer George card. He has 3 Indianapolis 500 starts. It says they were asking $229.95 for this card, and as you can see, it's got hot dog stains in it, so it was in a pack. So I don't know what kind of prototype it might have been, but still. But guess what? Somebody went click.
Oh wow!
They bought it for $229.95. These cards have gone way up. There's a lot of popularity now A lot of hype behind these cards. I know Ken is probably like, dang it.
Yeah,
I
he's
was,
losing his shit
yeah.
between that and the other
the
one.
T36s, the auto
Yeah,
driver. Yeah.
I saw some of those recently. How much some of those sold for? Holy cow!
Oh, dude, I was picking those things up at the National when I could find them for $25, $30 a piece years ago. Now they're $200, like bare minimum.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, this is a cool card. I love these kind of cards. That were giveaways, back in the day. Of course, it's not in the best shape. I'm sure it's like a PSA .5, but I like that card. I really do. Congrats whoever got it.
Yeah, that's sweet.
All right. So next, honorable mention number 2. This is on the 8th of July. Dale Earnhardt Sr., number 3 autographed 1989 Max Racing card, JSA COA with it. Anytime you can find a 89 Max that's signed by Dale Earnhardt Sr., I think that's a great day. And it is authenticated by Jimmy Spence. We like Jimmy Spence, but I don't like them putting those stickers on there like that. That's because he just didn't have any way to encapsulate. So everything that he did was like stickers, or still does. But anyway, this card, they were asking $475 for this, and they settled on a best offer, which I think is cheap actually for this card, $350.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, consider what you see some of these Earnhardt autos go for. This is his official rookie card. That we don't think it's the rookie card, but that's what everybody else says, and like Beckett and whatnot. But the only thing I don't like about this card, I'm going to critique it a little bit, is that Ian Earnhardt, the way it's signed. I guess he must have been signing it like really, really quick.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I saw this on eBay. Was it last year or whatever? And I was like, just the Dale looks fine. The Like I said, the E and the end of that Earnhardt, I just didn't like. But that's me, so I never pursued it. But
Yeah, but if Jimmy Spence says it's okay, then I'm good with that.
yeah, I'm not gonna fight him on it. But
No, but in that Sharpie, unfortunately, was a little streaky, but it's still a cool card. I'm not trying to poo-poo on it. I think it's a great card. I don't think I have an 89 Max that's signed by him. I have an 89 Crisco Max that's signed by him, but I don't have a card like that signed. I wish I did in my
yeah,
card.
I don't have any 89 signed.
Yeah, so cool card, man. I know
Yeah,
whoever got that's very, very proud.
I love that colors.
Yeah. Oh, me too, man.
All right.
All right. Next up's our Joker of the Week, and we'll talk about this one here for a minute. This is on the 7th of July. It's a 2022 Prism NASCAR Racing Richard Petty. It says 1 of 1, purple and yellow hyper icon signed. And they were asking this really big pie in the sky price of $1,500. Well, it kind of went for a pie in the sky price on the best offer too. It went for $500.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say about this. That's not a factory autograph. That's a card that somebody sent in to Richard Petty. He signed it. And it looks like he may have signed it. Look at that, in blue first, and then changed it over to the white. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. And not only that, these purple and yellow hyper cards, I think those were Blaster exclusives back in 2022 out of the Prism Blasters. And you can see also where somebody with that same color paint pen or Sharpie, I think it's a paint pen of some kind he uses, put 1 of 1 on there. I don't know who did it. I'm not going to say who did because I don't know who did it. But that is not a 1 of 1 at all. I mean, I don't have to say in my opinion or anything like that. It's not a 1 of 1. It's not from the factory like that. That's not a factory. They don't do that at Panini. Everything is stamped.
Right.
We're past the days of back when people would actually, write on cards, 1 of 1 or 3 of 10 or whatever. So, I would, if you are listening and you bought this card, in my opinion, I would suggest to see if the seller will give you a refund, which I probably won't at this point because you got $500 for this card. But it's just not a true 1-of-1, unfortunately. It's one where somebody just hand put a 1-of-1. This is, and it says error card on there too, and that's not an error card.
Oh, they're saying it's an error card because he started to sign with the blue paint pen and realized it wouldn't show up, so he went to the white one. So you get a double R. So hand sign. But he, give them credit. Hand signed in person and added a 101 to the card. Hand numbered 101 under Prism logo. Get it graded. Card is packed fresh.
Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't know who put that 101 on there, but it's not. It's just not a one. It's not a true 1-of-1 from the factory.
Yeah, so they could have done it. I don't know. Richard could have done it, but I don't think he would have done it. But anyway,
well, Richard doesn't personalize anything. You almost have to beg him to personalize something.
Right.
He just doesn't voluntarily do it. So I don't think he would have voluntarily done it. Or maybe they asked him to do it and he did it. I don't know. But yeah, this card that's why this is the Joker of the week, because it's just a regular. This is probably normally a $40 card, maybe.
Right.
And just because somebody wrote 1-of-1 on it doesn't really mean it's a 1-of-1, because it's not a factory. It is not a factory Panini 1-of-1 card. It's just a card that he signed.
Well, I would imagine if enough people see this, they're going to start creating their own.
I'm going to start making 1-of-1s on my own. If I can sell one a week at $500.
The thing is, it was listed at $3,000, and then they put it at 50% off, and then they had a best offer. So
yeah.
So the person's like, I got a $3,000 card for $500.
See, that's the thing. So let me say this too. For those of you out there who might have a question about a card, whether you think it's authentic or not, or if the signature's real, or whatever question you may have about a card, please do not hesitate to contact Val or myself and ask us. We will tell you our opinion and tell you what we think, and then you can make your best judgment based on that.
Agreed.
So yeah, it's a cool card. Don't get me wrong, but it's not a $500 card.
It's not $500 cool.
No, it's not $500 cool. It's $50 cool maybe, but I don't know that I would want it because he double signed the R. But that's just me personally, in my opinion. So okay, so that's enough on this card. All right, so next up is our Jack of the Week, our young driver. This is on the 6th of July. PSA 10 2020 Panini Prism Ty freaking Gibbs scripted signature silver mosaic auto out of 99. This card, they were asking $134.96. Nice round number. But they accepted a best offer of $120 for Ty freaking Gibbs.
Oh, wow.
With his scribble.
Yeah. That's a rookie, though.
It is his rookie. That's 2020. And I don't think he's signing cards anymore with Panini. I've got like 3 redemptions in there with Panini right now.
Well, I think they said usually it takes about 100 starts for you get your first cup win. And he's closing in on that. So I have a feeling he's kind of due.
He is due. He's going to win. He did great in Chicago. Anybody that thinks he's not a road course racer, he is. He's damn good at it. I mean, he might be a little turd sometimes, but he's damn good at it.
Yeah, the kid's good. Kid is good.
He is. So I think it's a cool card, man. So whoever got it, I'm kind of jealous because anytime you get a PSA 10 Ty freaking Gibbs auto, I think it's great.
Rookie auto, yeah. I agree. I didn't see this one. I might have bid on it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. And I think it went for. Actually, I think the price was a little cheap, honestly.
Agreed, because it's only that numbered at 99.
Yeah, for sure.
He did not have a lot of autos his rookie year.
No. All right. So next up's our Queen of the Week. This is on the 6th of July. The picture's a little blurry, unfortunately. It's a 2019 Panini Prime Hailie Deegan Platinum Rookie card, true 1 of 1. They were asking, probably not a bad price of $495 for that card. And the best offer that was accepted was $300 for this
Wow.
card. And of course, I think this was the 6th. That was Saturday, last Saturday.
Yeah.
This is before it all went down with her and her team. So, she's still hot as far as her card prices and things. Like I said, we'll see if she cools off or not. But it's a great card.
Yeah, 101. I like the colors on it.
I do
The
too.
red
It
and the
looks
blue.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. It's a nice looking card, and it's a different kind of picture of her on there too. She's got those really cool Back to the Future sunglasses on, like Doc Brown wears.
Right.
But it's a great card. I mean, whoever got it, you did good because there's only so many Hailie Deegan 101s out there. So I'm proud for you.
All right.
All right, next up, King of the Week. This is on the 5th of July, 2024 Donruss Racing Platinum Diamond. 1 of 1, Jeff Gordon. And this card went out for bidding. And it ended at $405 with 23 bids.
Wow. Somebody wanted this one.
Yes, they did. They sure did. So that's a cool card, man. I like the way that looks with the blue and everything with the 1 of 1. That's a great card.
Yeah, I like those Unleashed.
Yeah, I do too. They did a great job with these this year. It's got the bear and everything in the background. I guess you got some wolves and snakes and everything else.
Yeah. Good job, Misha.
Yeah, good job, Misha. Golf clap. There you go. But yeah, cool card. So it's whoever got it is probably a Jeffy Poo collector. So that's a nice addition to your collection. So good job. All right, next up is our Ace of the Week. It's our 1 of 1. This is on the 3rd of July. It's Kyle Busch, 2019 Panini Prime Racing M&M's logo, race used patch relic. They were asking $799.99, and that card went for $400.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but it is the M&M's logo, so maybe it was somebody at Mars.
Yeah.
It's your company, Val.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a when you think of Kyle Busch, I mean you think of M&M, so
You do think of M&M's. I hate that they parted ways.
I know.
I thought that was a great sponsorship for him.
I loved it because they always have M&Ms at the hauler and stuff.
Oh yeah, tons of free candy. But it's a nice looking swatch. I mean, it's from his yellow fire suit, and it's got the M&Ms. It doesn't really get much better than that. But as you can see, it is silk screened. It's not the embroidered.
Right.
That's the only thing, because we both love embroidered stuff. But it's a cool card. I love it. I think it went for about the right price it should go because he's a 2-time champ.
Iconic sponsor,
Indeed. All right. Next, we've got our Baccarat of the Week. This is also on the 3rd of July. It's a 2023 Topps Dynasty F1 Charles Leclerc signed auto patch, 1 of 5. And I don't know where Monaco is on his uniform, but he is from Monaco. So maybe it's got his country on there, his country of origin on his fire suit. I'm not really sure how that works.
Right.
But I just liked it because of that. When I saw that it had a Monaco swatch for the swatch on the card, I said, well, heck, that's where he's from. And of course, it's card number 1. So it's a really neat card, and the autograph looks good. It's an all-around decent, nice-looking card. I like it. But anyway, it went out for bidding, as you can see, and it ended at $2,025 with 26 bids.
Wow.
So that's pretty hefty.
Yeah, F1 collectors, man, that's another breed.
Yeah, it's out of my league. I wish I won the lottery. I'd be putting everybody to shame. I'd be bidding you up big time. But yeah, great card. Congrats to whoever got it. I love it. It's a great card. All right. Finally, we've got our Royal Flush of the Week. This is our highest price card. This is also on the 3rd of July. It's a Dale Earnhardt 1983 Uno card, number 27. It's a PSA 7. You know what, Val? I think this used to be my card.
Okay.
I think I traded Joe for this card, so I think it's mine. It used to be mine anyway. But anyway, Joe was asking 1,200
Where'd
bucks
you
for
get it
this.
from?
Yeah, I got it from you.
Yeah.
um, but somebody went click and bought it for one bid and got it
Wow.
for
That's
1,200
nice.
bucks.
That's a great 83 Uno Earnhardt, man.
So this begs the question I'm going to ask you and put you on the spot. What's a PSA 10 if a PSA 7 is $1,200?
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought in my
10,000?
mind about 5 grand, but
No, it's got to be more than that.
oh, you think so?
This is a 7.
So what? I guess what's an 8, 9, and 10? So
Yeah, I'm saying 10. I'm saying it's a 5-figure card. I'm saying this is a if that's a $1,200 card, which
yeah.
now it's in the comps, it's there. Um, a PSA 10 is a 10 grand card. Got to be.
Okay. 10 grand.
Yeah, for a PSA 10, got to be at
Okay.
least. It's like a PSA 10 Mickey Mantle card. You know, the nines are, you know, $2 million. What does that make a PSA 10 in a Mickey Mantle? You know, people are saying it's $30-40 million card now. You know, it's crazy.
Okay. Well, there's definitely I think less 83 Uno Earnhardts than there are 52 Mantles. So
Yes.
I don't think people realize how scarce these are.
No, they don't. They really don't. But congrats to the seller and the
Yeah.
buyer because it's a cool card. You're not going to find many of these. Of course, we both love this card. Val and I both love this card. We think this is his rookie card, and you just can't go wrong with it. I think if you can pick one up at a decent price, do it.
I love that they have the Uno back on them.
Yeah, me too, man. It's a freaking awesome card. I'll have to go back and check my records and see if that is really was my card, but I think it is. It used to be
Probably.
your card.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Is that it?
That's it, man. That's all we got for this week, King's Court. So have at it.
All right. So man, we're over again. Jeez.
I know. I told you it was going to be over an hour before we started in the green room.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up here.
Hashtags. Hashtag RCHOF for Racing Card Hall of Fame. Check out the Racing Card Hall of Fame at racingcardhof.com. Hashtag, ready for it? Hashtag, we love gold.
Oh my goodness gracious! I can't believe it.
There you go. We didn't have any gold cards this week. That's the first time we said it. Can you believe
Yeah.
that? King's Court without a gold card.
That's true.
Hashtag Slabfire and hashtag Ty freaking Gibbs. I think that's all I got. It's time for us to probably get going.
All right. Well, for me, Logan, thanks for watching. You want to catch us next week, July 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern for the live show. We'll do a racing recap. We'll give away quite a few things and take your either chat or if you want to come on the show and join us, and we'll do King's Court as well. So we'll see. But
Yeah, we would love to have you guys come on the show.
yeah, if everybody can make it, that would be great. Yes, sir. But for me and Logan, we appreciate everybody watching and listening to the show. Really appreciate it. And we'll catch you all next week. Have a safe race weekend. We're out of here.
Right here.